Fuck, and she's like, I know you'll save them till when you don't.
Yeah, when you don't actually do it.
Yeah. Like the endo is like one every 6 hours, and then you'll be like 2 hours. You'll be like,
Yeah.
Pass out the floor.
Yeah.
so.
Lost Motel.
Lost Motel.
How'd you get this job? What is this job?
Yeah, so when I was working at the beach hotel, the guy would come in and like put in our PAs and our systems and stuff. Fraser Walker, he was also sound engineer for Flume for many years.
Watch.
Legend. His wife, Sophie Kirov, owns Lost Motel. And
True. How long have they had that for?
Lost Motel's been running since just before COVID.
That's a tour agency?
Yep, so they are... So Lost Motel is a like tour management and logistics company, and also we do event management as well. So basically I was looking kind of for a career change. At this point I wasn't too happy with how stuff was going at the beach hotel. I won't get into it, but I'm glad I left when I did. I left on good terms. Everything was fine. There was just a lot of stuff that was happening that I wasn't agreeing with.
Yeah.
Fraser introduced me to Sophie. Me and Sophie had a interview basically the next day, and she was like, it's a no-brainer, when can you start? I was like, perfect, done. I was really excited to get into it, and the first gig I got to work with her was when Fisher was touring Australia. And
so your first gig was Fisher's tour?
Yeah, in Brisbane.
The River Stage.
Yeah, the River Stage.
Yeah, mad.
That was sick. That was
what an
really
introduction.
Great.
What an introduction to the company.
Can you give us a bit of an insight on like just a little laundry list of the kinds of events that people might know about that you guys have had a hand in, just so that everyone sort of gets an idea of what it is?
In the event kind of thing, we do like festivals. So with festivals, we run the artist relations department. So that's basically all the back of house stuff to do with the artists.
Yeah.
So basically we'll send out their advances before the festival. So that's basically getting like their production riders, their hospitality riders, anything they need on tour, like pretty much all of that. And then obviously on the day we're running around making sure like they get greeted in, get taken to their dressing room, get taken to stage, like they have everything they need. So that's what we do on like festivals. Basis, so festival kind of stuff that I've done with Lost Motel. So obviously the Fisher, we've done Spilt Milk.
Yeah.
We did it's kind of like a conference summit. We did Humankind in Sydney last year. So that was made up of like heaps of like guest speakers coming in, comedians, like DJs, artists.
The whole art injury.
Yeah, it was heaps of fun. That was at Luna Park. What else have we done? I mean, in the past, before I started, they did like Listen Out. They've done stuff at Splendor.
You done?
No. That was something different. Yeah.
So that's within Australia, obviously. Like, what about internationally?
Yeah, so internationally with Lost Motel, so obviously we are a tour management company, so that's basically doing tour management and logistics. So at the moment we are working with artists like Flight Facilities, Bob Moses, totally extinct, enormous extinct dinosaurs. We call him Teed. And then G-Flip, Matt Corby.
Mad.
In the past we've also worked with Dope Lemon, Baker Boy, Shlomo, and stuff like that. So basically,
the cream of the cream.
Pretty much doing all of the back end stuff for what you need for a tour. So that's basically like getting the advances from the venues, advancing their shows. So that's like giving them everything from their production to hospitality, like if they need like transfers, and then obviously we book all of their travel, so their flights, accommodation, everything to do with a tour. So
and
that's what I do.
Are you generally working with artist management as opposed to the artist directly, or does it depend on the...
It kind of depends. So mainly so when it comes to that stuff, we're working mainly with the management, but we also still have direct comms with the artist, because obviously we need to get like approval from both parties of like, okay, we have this flight booked in for you to go from Miami to Toronto. Does this time work for all of you guys? And they're like, no, we want to fly in later. And it's okay, we'll get you a later flight kind of thing.
So how does an artist on tour, what's their entourage like? How many people are...
Yeah, who's bringing? Who are they bringing?
So when
do you have to deal with their all of those bookings as well?
Yeah, so of course. So, like, for example, at the moment, I'm working on Flight Facilities USA tour. So they're in the States at the moment. They're just doing a DJ tour. So it's
Branded
basically...
as a DJ set,
yeah. So it's basically just the two boys, Jimmy and Hugo, and then their management will pop in for some shows. They've got a content guy on with them the whole way.
Yeah.
And then obviously in some shows they've got their vocalist coming on. So Rick Rufio and Allies will be coming on for some of them shows. So they'll have those two, and once the tour party grows within this tour, they will also have a tour manager on tour with them.
Yeah.
And they'll also have their production guy.
So what's the logistics behind that? Is there a list that you guys have to know, say they do take an entourage or their manager's photographer? Do you have those guys listed and
100%.
they're a part of it? And if they're not listed on that, but they just happen to be there, that's nothing to do with Lost Motel and you guys as organisation?
No, so we will know before the tour starts of how many people we need for this and who's going to be there.
Yeah.
So for example, if we're going to do... I've done last year we did Matt Corby in Europe and the UK. So obviously with Matt Corby it's a full band. Yep. So you have Corby, all of his band members, you have your front of house, your back of house, your lighting engineer. You have your tour manager. Yeah. And so it's a big operation.
And you do all the visas, all the other stuff. So they basically, management will come to you and say, this is what we're doing. And then you'll liaise with the venues, with them for their visas, their travel, their accommodation. So they're basically these are the places we want to go. Yeah. So have they already reached out to venues to ensure that they're able to be booked there? Or is that on you guys to be like, okay?
When it comes to them playing a venue, so the managers will work with... So there's the agency, the managers, and then us, who's the tour management, logistics, and then the artists. Yeah. So basically the managers will work with the agents and the agents will get them the shows. So as soon as the agents book those shows, then that comes to the management. Management sends us those shows, and then we're okay, this is the routing of the shows that's going to happen for this tour.
And for the people at home, the agents are generally, with the artists that you're working with, are generally tied to major labels or things like that. So the labels will organise the things from the top down.
100%. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
And so how does it work from I guess if anybody is interested from a business perspective, do they pay a fee just for that one tour, or is there a contract where you might work with artists touring for 1 or 2 years? How does it work?
Yeah, is it a percentage of revenue kind of contract, or how does it work in that sense?
We have what we call a show advance fee.
Yep.
Excuse me. Cut that out.
That stays.
So basically it's look, if it's a couple of one-off shows, we'll add that tour advance fee onto it and it will be X now.
Yeah.
But we usually have a base fee. If it's a tour, it kind of depends on where everything comes in at the budget, and then after that, if we're over budget, we're losing money.
Okay, yeah.
If we're under budget, we're gaining money kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also, I'm still getting into that whole world of stuff. So I think mainly for tours, I think there's just an overall fee that the manager, my boss and the management will be okay, this is how much we're going to charge.
It's a flat rate kind of thing to work with. Yeah.
So based on that, are you booking the flights you're booking, the hotels you're booking? Is that has to be into a certain budget per the person, or are you sort of are you looking for cheap flights to make a quota or to make an extra buck for your company, or is that all going to be paid for by them in the grand scheme? If
is there a blueprint for depending on the artist?
We can only get a $600 flight that day, and you're actually no, we need to make it a $200 flight because that's our budget.
So obviously,
so many variables.
So when we get those shows kind of approved to go ahead, we get a thing called a deal memo. So those deal memos include how much the artist is going to get paid,
Yep.
what any deductions are going to come out, if it's like from production or whatever, if they're going to have like accommodation flights, like ground transfers include. It's basically gives you an outline of like, okay, this is how much the artist is going to get paid. And from that, we know all of that before the tour starts. So we're able to put all of that into the budget.
And then you know what you
and then what my boss does in the budget is basically like she budgets out each show how much we should spend on each thing.
Right. So
we have massive spreadsheets.
I think that's a really cool thing to touch on is the fact that like artists are agreed payment regardless.
Yeah.
Like the thing that comes first for you, like from what you're telling me, is the artist is going on a tour. They're going to make this much money.
So that's the payment.
It's everyone else's job to make sure that
everything falls into
it's not being like, oh, you went on a tour, it flopped, so you don't get paid. It's like, no, you're going to get paid for this regardless, and then everyone else is kind of... Have you ever had anything like that where it's kind of gone sideways and you've had to really, like, sharpen the pencil on a lot of things in terms of accommodation and stuff?
Yeah, there's definitely been, like, those things here and there as well. Like, I'm not too deep into it yet. Like, I'm still at a junior assistant level. So, basically, my role within the company at the moment is, what am I? I'm a junior tour coordinator. And then we have our senior coordinator and then my two bosses.
I feel like with the artists you're working with, like, there's some big names you mentioned. I can't see... Or maybe this is me.
But it does happen.
I can't see one of those flopping.
It does happen, and the way the economy is going, and like exchange rates and shit like that. It always depends. And like, obviously, when we get those deal memos, some of them will be a guarantee. Some of them will be like dependent on the ticket sales kind of thing.
So it does still come to that.
It still comes to that, but like, there's still we still genuinely get like the amount that they would get paid for that show kind of thing.
So, touching on what Bill was saying before, like if you're just a resident DJ in an area, can you reach out to Lost Motel? You can't reach out to Lost Motel as an independent, and then reach out to them as a company and say, I want to go on tour. Whether you had the funds or not, say you had lots and lots of money and it didn't fucking matter to you, but you weren't a well-known DJ.
I can front myself here.
Can they reach out to you guys as a company and say, I want to do this, and you guys will then sort them out gigs, whether they wanted to do nationally or internationally and work with agencies, or no, it's like someone has to be
already booked.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
take care of that.
Yeah, like I get that question asked a lot of time. It's already got to be like an established
brand.
Established brand, established
agency as far as I can
company and stuff like that.
Like, there's no point being like, hey, I want to go and play in Times Square. Can you guys make that happen? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like
there's kind of that.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
look, within Lost Motel, we do a lot of stuff to do with visas and.
Yeah, nice.
We got the mozzie. A lot of stuff to do with visas and stuff. So like, we do get a lot of emails that come through being like, hey, this is who we are. We're about to go on tour in the States. Like, towards the end of the year, can you help us sort out our US visas kind of thing? And we can help out with that. But if it's like, hey, we want to book these shows, like, can you help us? It's like...
So you don't physically hit a venue up and say, we got this person touring. That's already done before.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to find out for people that didn't actually understand what
it is.
What it is, exactly right,
I need to ask, the Trip Festival.
Yeah.
Did you guys... You two would manage that, didn't you? You guys had a big part in that, or a part in that?
Yeah, so basically it was with that, after coming off the back of the the Fisher Festival, I know kind of like Fisher and his crew outside of that as well from growing up on the Gold Coast. And I was originally going to go to the first Trip Festival last year. I was going to take Mum with me. Mum wanted to go.
Hi, Mum.
Shout out Mumsy, fucking G.
Massive vibes.
Boys love Mum.
She loves us too.
I was going to go with Mum, my brother, and a friend of mine. And plans fell through with the three of them. So, and I had reached out to Fisher's management. It was like, hey, I'm coming to Malta. Like, if you guys need a hand, like, let me know. and they message back and they're like, hey, you still coming to Malta? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming by myself now. And they're like, sick, we'll put you in touch with like the promoters over here and we'll get you on helping. And that's kind of how it all kicked off with all the Fisher stuff. And they loved the way that I worked when I worked with them on the Fisher tour. And then straight off the Australian Fisher tour, we also had them on That Spilt Milk as well. So I had that opportunity to work with them and them to see how I worked. And we all worked really well together.
Do you think they put you in an advantageous position with them when they came to do the Spilt Milk stuff? Like, as in terms of like, well, we've already dealt with Kyra over here. Can we, you know, like, we like how she
can we keep this
works? Like, can we do that? Was that something that happened, or were they like? Did you get cut out in a sense because it's like, oh, now you're part of the bigger group that you were working for outside of what you did for us in Malta, you know?
Like, when I work with Fisher, that's kind of going off on my own thing.
Yeah. And they're sweet with that?
Yeah, like, they're cool with that. And
they are now.
Yeah, so you're not locked in.
Yeah.
Not locked in. Like, they have asked me to join them. But I feel like I still have a lot of unfinished, like, growing to do within Lost Motel.
Yeah. Has it ever gone the other way? Has Lost Motel ever been like, hey, that could be a really beneficial relationship for us, for you to bring to the company? Have they ever has it ever gone the other way in terms of them being like, hey, we'd really like to get that kind of contract? Or
like, we've been in talks with it and all of that, but that's like a whole other thing. Not for the camera. Yeah.
Next episode.
But yeah, no, like, we all do have a great relationship and stuff like that. And we are working on the Out to Lunch festival coming up on the Gold Coast. So that relationship's still there. It still happens.
I guess, like, a question that I feel like lots of people would want to know is, what the fuck is it like working with Fisher and the crew? Like, even like Wongo, Little Fred, like, what the fuck is it like? Like, what was it like being in Malta? Obviously I'm sure people saw footage of his dad over there partying as well, having fun. Like, I think it's
all the parties are sort of mental.
And it does. I'm curious because it does come across in social media and things as a bit of a boys' club. How is it to be like kind of in that testosterone fueled like? Macho Manny kind of like big thing, because I know their target audience is like young dudes that are just fired up to go and have a good time, do a bunch of drugs and do all that stuff.
More like Fisher's kind of party persona. Look, that's him on stage. Yeah. Once he comes off stage, he's still a bit like that.
It's still real.
He's so chill.
Yeah.
It's still real, but he's so chill. He is probably one of the most loveliest people I've ever met in the industry.
And you can see that. Like, there is the amount of love he has for his
partner.
The little Minnie.
The
amount of love he has for Minnie is just like
it's adorable.
It's absolutely adorable. Like, you don't see that often. Like,
100%. And like, working for the crew is so great. And
it's like a family,
100%. It's one big family, and then also meeting everyone that's like a part of that family. Like, that's from all over the world that all came to Malta. That was probably one of the best experience. And then also tying into that, like, I probably first met Fritter on the Spilt Milk tour that Fisher was on as well. And me and Fritter didn't properly click until we were in Malta, and then we came back to Australia. I started jumping on to the Need to Freak stuff with them, and I was like, fucking love this shit. But also then meeting like Fritter and Wongo and becoming a part of their family as well, and meeting all of their people, like, it's just been insane. And that's what I love about it. It's such a big family, like, orientated kind of thing, and there's no judgment, no backlash. Like, everyone's so loving. If shit goes wrong, it's like, okay, no, that's fine, we'll sort it.
So I was about to ask there, you kind of answered, but I'll still ask it. Was there, like, jumping from the I guess the beachy band scene in Byron, backlash, was there that on a bigger scale, being involved in such a huge production, bigger scale? Was there people looking at you for your youth, for your gender? Was there any of that involved in that scene, or was 100%. It as all love? Like,
moving into this, like, there has definitely been so much support behind it, especially by you guys, all of our big friend groups, all of Byron and everything. But I have had that backlash of, like, oh, stop flaunting all this shit.
Did you ever get
Who
it from...
did you sleep with to get this and
wow.
stuff
Was that
like
mainly-
that?
Fuck,
was
that's
that-
crazy.
Yeah.
Was that
Fucking
mainly...
bullshit.
I
That's
feel
fucked up.
like it's one of those things where I feel like a lot of that would mainly be from like side chick groupie kind of like...
Or just jealous heads, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
don't know, like, I feel like a lot of that shade would come from within, like, the female side of things. With those guys have a lot of, like, girls around them and stuff like that are kind of competitive and protective or whatever. I'll just want to be where you are. Like,
Yeah.
But I guess there's also that, like, side of it that's, like, the boys that... the wannabes that want to be part of the clique or whatever. They're just trying to like, get in and, being, like,
100%.
and they just look at you and being like one of those people that's just like rubbing shoulders with them as if you're trying to be someone that you actually are. Like,
Yeah, and no, like throughout this whole thing with all of that as well, I've stayed true to who I am. I haven't changed. I haven't changed to fit in with them. I've stayed who Kyra is.
That's probably why you fit in.
100%. And like their crew is so supportive of everyone that's in there as well, and it was really disheartening to get those messages like,
But you're talking from like you're not getting backlash from in the
no,
community. You're getting
definitely
backlash
not
from outside.
from
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, well,
like
fuck those cunts.
yeah, just
Sorry.
people. Yeah, no, 100%. It's just pure jealousy. Just people being like, "Oh, who did you sleep with to get that? Oh, you don't deserve this. You're still only young. You don't know shit." And I'm like, "Well, sorry, I'm here, aren't
Yeah.
I?"
Do you think that if you were a male, you'd have those same questions asked, or definitely not?
Nah, I
So
don't think
that's
so.
crazy,
Yeah,
hey?
that's bullshit, man.
And I think that leads on to my next question is like being in an industry, being so entrenched as far as you are now, do you think seeing, especially when it comes to DJing and in that, I feel like in the back of house of, you know, what we're saying about the Beachy being the first female sound engineer, there's a massive shift now of females in that industry, which has been a male-dominated industry for
Forever.
decades and decades. Do you think there's a massive shift now coming in, understanding and people not judging you because you're a male or a female? And do you think
Yeah.
it is changing? And if it is changing, are you happy to see it happening? And would you change anything? Would you change any way it is?
Would you change an aspect?
How's
of
that
it?
going?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you change? Would she change it in any way, or is there any advice you'd give to females or people that are already in the industry accepting females into that role without being sexist or like having the
Yeah, like, look, don't get me wrong, there's still like those sexist comments and like backlash that we still get, but there's definitely a shift and a change happening in the industry. I'm like, from where I'm working and in kind of more terms of like the stuff that I'm doing now, there's a lot more females in that kind of road of the industry.
Yeah.
And yeah, we still get backlash all the time. I see it through emails all the time as well. Like, sometimes boys can just be little sass pops, little babies. And, you know,
Hormonal.
and, you know, we still get things where it's like, oh, well, you don't know, so, like,
Can I talk to someone else?
yeah, you know, but there definitely is a shift and a change, and I've seen a lot of chicks fucking killing it in the
Not
touring
wrong.
industry,
Yeah, not wrong.
especially when it comes to like the girls out on the road, like tour managing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like our team at Lost Motel, we're all chicks,
Yeah.
and that's what I love.
Yeah.
Fucking mad
That's
on
what
that.
I
man.
love.
That's fucking great.
Shout out Lost Motel, eh?
Fuck
Fucking
yeah.
Big.
always, yeah, fucking amazing.
And that's what I love as well. Like, and when I make those new connections and meet new people, they're like, "Oh, so who do you work for? What do you do?" I'm like, "I work at Lost Motel," and they're like, "Fuck yeah, Sophie and Yasmin." I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Do you know them?" They're like, "Fuck yeah," they're like legends, and it's like nice to hear that as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, I'm so grateful to be within a company that like strives for that as well.
Do you think that the period of time where we are in now in society and the shift that's happening, do you feel like you've fallen into the perfect role at the perfect time?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And what do you want from what you're doing now? Is there something that you're striving towards, whether it's in that industry of working or playing as a DJ, being an artist or a producer? Like, what's your big goal?
Yeah, like, look, for me, like, with the DJing aspect, it's kind of always been in the back of my mind to become, like, a touring DJ and stuff like that. But, like, I see how it goes down. And for me, and me being so career-orientated, I want to do my best in my career at the moment.
Yeah.
Focusing more on my career.
Respect that. Eh?
Yeah. So like at the moment in my role, my goal at the moment is to be able to do my own tour and be able to coordinate my own tour for my own artists that I'm working with.
Yeah.
And then, later down the track comes on going out on the road more, tour managing and stuff like that. But my overall number one goal has always been to put on my own festival. My own event, my own festival.
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah. Mark this right now. She will fucking do it.
She will do it. 100%.
If there's anyone that will fucking do it, it will fucking be her.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Summer 2024, look out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Jeez.
That's not far away. That's actually mad. And just before, whatever, mad to Lost Motel, thank you for trying to... You're doing the right thing in the right direction, and it's fucking mad. And
is there something like I have a question. Is there? Would you, if you found someone or you were in contact with someone who was like obviously very good in your line of work, but was a softer, more less outspoken, less sure of themselves female that was trying to do those things, is there something that you would recommend to them? Or do you think is there a certain type of female that has to be able to deal with the things that you guys deal with on a daily basis? Like, would you recommend your line of work to someone who is a little less sure of themselves or a little less well mentored and things like that? You know what I mean? Like,
I guess within this industry, I wouldn't say it takes a particular type of person. Everyone has their battles and their wins, right? Everyone goes through things differently. I have people that reach out all the time being like, and females like, I want to do what you do. What I tell them is, all right, if you want to go down the festival road, start volunteering at festivals.
Yeah.
If I have anything coming up, I'll let you know and get you on helping with that. But like, reach out to those festivals, help in that kind of sense.
In a volunteer aspect.
Yeah.
See
Like,
actually what it could be.
I've had chicks reach out to me and be like, I've just finished like my doctor degree. I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I want to do what you do. I'm like, no, babe, keep the doctor shit. Try this shit out, see if it works for you. And I guess what I'm trying to say is like, go for it, but don't quit everything you're already doing
to do it.
Volunteer, trial it, see how you go. If you enjoy it and it's working out well, go for it.
Because it is quite glamorized, isn't it? Like 100%. It is one of those things where it seems like it's just one big party and a whole lot of fun and like everyone just having a good time and all these things, but like
behind the scenes it's like you're getting down in the nitty gritty, you're getting shit done,
and you're dealing with people who are
abrasive.
Or you've got 10 people to please, all on all of the same bookings.
And music is big egos, man. Like music
massive
is big egos and like big personalities and stuff like that. So if you can't deal with it, like it might not be the thing for you because the glamour side of things wears off quite quickly. As you would say, like it's not all fucking good pills and fucking good times. It's like a lot of it's
shit pills,
little sleep, lots of work, shit hours, like all that kind of stuff. So it's good. It's good to see the girls at Lost Motel and you guys killing it. And we're stoked to share a bit of insight.
100%.
I'm frothing.
There's a lot of insight to that, which is just quite pleasing to hear and good to hear that. How much fucking work you've put in to get to where you are, and you're 24 years old. Fuck you. Mad team.
100%.
I have a question.
Go.
What's your most craziest Fisher moment or moment on tour that you're just like, holy fuck? Like, you don't have to delve too far into it if there's like
or
certain
just like
things.
A real like pinch yourself moment. I can't believe
like NDA sort of shit where you're like,
Yeah, probably the most pinch myself kind of moment was when, I went to Europe for the first time last year, and that was to do Trip Fest, and just being in Europe alone in Malta, and then like it was probably our second day in, and his manager was like, "What are you doing for the next week in Europe?" And I was like, I'm only just going back to London to hang out with friends, and then I'm going home. I was only in Europe for 2 weeks, and he's like, "We want you to come to Ibiza with us."
Sick.
I was like, "No way." And he's like, "Yeah,
let's go." Definitely,
booked my flight, booked my accom, and off I was to Ibiza with Fish for his opening night at High Ibiza, and that was insane. And also being in Malta, obviously, like, with the crew and stuff, one of their good mates owned the Galaxy super yacht. We got to go back for that for dinner one night, and I was on this yacht, and I was like, what is my life right now?
What's going on right here?
I always loved that that show where they work on the super yachts and stuff like that. You know,
yeah, Yacht Supreme or something, I think it is.
I forget what it's called.
I just made that up.
It's not. It should be called that.
It sounded alright, eh?
You know, I've always been like, oh yeah, it'd be sick to do that. We'd work on the super yachts and stuff, and here I am on the super yacht being given a spicy margarita and stuff. Great food.
By motherfuckers in suits and shit.
Yeah. And I was like,
six years out of high school.
Yeah, this was probably on our second night in Malta after, like, his manager had told me, you're coming to Ibiza with us, and we were all sitting around the table having dinner, and we were all just saying, like, thanks everyone for being here kind of thing.
Things you're grateful for.
Yeah, and Fish was kind of like, and shout out to Kyra coming all the way from fucking Australia to be here, and I just started bawling my eyes out. I felt so embarrassed, but also I was like, I'm just so grateful for this experience.
Yeah.
I would never expect myself sitting here right now.
And that's
The guys
Yeah,
just frosting.
it's been
That's
great.
sick.
Yeah.
And that's that's back to what we were saying at the start. It's the saying yes to the right things.
Yeah.
100%.
There's not many people that would just go to Malta by themselves, just on a whim. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you had other plans, people didn't come.
Yeah.
Went there on your own, and you fucking donned it.
What
man.
happens,
Yeah.
man? I love it.
Yeah, it's fucking mad, dude.
Would you say you're someone that looks onto the next thing, or someone that lives in the moment?
Look, I'm always definitely looking out for the next thing, but at the moment it's just living in the moment and taking those opportunities as they come, really. Because I don't know what I'm going to be doing in the next few months. I mean,
Festival.
like, I do
Running
at the
festival.
moment, I'm going back to Europe, but, like, also it's like,
For a while as well, isn't it?
yeah, for a month this time. She's going to be sick. Get to do Malta again, bit of Ibiza, head to Park Life.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
dope. You know, Park Life,
Yeah.
the original Park Life
And
as
it's
well.
on my
Yeah, dope.
birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's on your birthday?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go and relax in Italy for a week.
Wow.
Yeah, well deserved, well
Yeah.
deserved, yeah.
And some focaccia and some
Yeah.
fucking prosciutto.
Pasta!
Yeah.
So you're doing the same thing again, Malta? You're going to work with the team again?
Yeah.
Mad.
Super keen.
Mad.
Who's got the fucking craziest rider?
Or the most ridiculous rider?
Yeah, who's got like...
He's got some fuck shit on there.
Look, like, when it comes to riders, people don't ask for absolutely whack things. But the most crazy rider we've ever had to work with was probably Post Malone Spilt Milk. Just gone.
What's on Postie's
Yeah,
rider,
can
bro?
you give us a... If you
Has he
can
got buds
remember...
on
Or
there?
It's a 10...
Bud Light.
It was like a 10-page hospitality rider. He had a touring crew of 80.
80. He brings 80 with him.
80.
That's an entourage
That's
and a
80.
half.
That's what the real...
8-0 for the people at home.
Holy-
That's 8-0.
Yeah.
Wow.
They had their own compound to themselves. There was 6 rooms, so Posty had 2, and then there was like...
Postie had 2 rooms.
Yeah, there was his
Mad
wardrobe and his own...
Sorry, Kyra.
Cut that out.
Mad, bro. Yeah, right.
And then all the rest of the rooms would be like for the touring crew,
Yeah.
production
Yeah,
crew,
yeah.
the promoters and stuff
And
like
he has
that.
he's a crew of friends? Or does he bring people, like, or they all work, like 80s, they're workers, 80 workers, or that's... there are
Yeah,
a few mates
basically
in there,
like all the production crew, the band, dancers, wardrobe, like
Yeah.
Wow,
everything.
everything he needs, he brings with him.
his pyros. Like he had fucking fireworks.
Mad.
So many of them.
True.
But yeah,
That's cool, like
his,
bringing your own fucking fireworks gang with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
How do they go-
pyrotechnics,
you-
bro. That's
you
what
don't have to do
pyrotechnics
anything
rider.
with that in terms of like customs and stuff in terms of them bringing...
no,
like,
they will
'cause-
source it all in
But
Australia.
that's their job. That's not your job to be like, hey, we had these guys that
They will
supply
take that
pyro
to
stuff.
like the festival production manager. He
Yeah.
deals
Yeah.
with all of
Yeah.
that stuff. We
Pyrotechnics,
just
man,
deal
yeah.
with like all of
the
the
human
hospitality.
resources
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the hospitality stuff, it was crazy, but it wasn't like anything crazy. It was just mainly like, you know, you had your fridge full of your drinks. He had all of his snacks, and obviously because he's from America, we had to import so many like
Twinkies.
True.
not Twinkies, but
Yeah, like...
red Swedish fish and like
I was just about
like
to say,
all
yeah,
of these
yeah.
lollies
Familiar
and Yeah, and
wow,
like
man.
chips and shit like that he absolutely have to have. And red Solo cups.
Yeah.
That's
You know-
he is pioneering.
The party cups.
Yeah,
you
he's
know-
known for that shit,
Do
bro.
you know how hard it is to source them in Australia?
Because it's single-use plastic, and I think it's really hard
And
to get them
festivals
now.
can't do that
and
shit.
No.
it had to be a particular one.
The ones that you can play beer pong with, isn't?
Yeah. We had to buy him particular like ping pong balls as well.
Wow.
It's true.
That's
I buy
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
But
fucking
yeah, it
awesome.
was definitely an experience in itself. Like, we had one of our Lost Motel girls do all that stuff. Like, she fucking did an amazing job. I wasn't really in all of the hospitality side of shit, but like seeing it all come together,
So
I
cool
was
you
like,
get to actually experience that though.
Yeah.
Like, there's not many people we'll be able to speak to. I don't think there's anyone I'd ever be able to speak to that
No.
has had that knowledge or that in-depth
Yeah.
like fingerprint on dealing with people like that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like now I go to gigs, and I just did Sold Out Fest on the Gold Coast over the weekend, and when I was there, they were like, "Oh, the writers are insane." I'm like, "Trust me, you haven't seen shit."
Like a Red Bull would have probably
Literally.
Yeah, wow, man. I've got a question I'd like to ask. If you can describe your DJ sound or music production as a fast food restaurant or meal or / meal, what would you describe your sound as? For a bit of context, like, I was Wendy's because I'm sweet.
Yeah.
Billy was Cold Rock because he just mashes a whole little shit up.
Yeah.
And it always tastes good.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one for fast food restaurant and also a meal.
Yeah,
Okay,
bang,
let's
that's
go.
what we want. That's what we want.
You ready?
Alright, so
Okay.
fast food restaurant, In-N-Out, because I'm in and out.
Loved it.
Getting my
yeah.
shit done.
Yeah.
And then
And it's
for-
banging as well.
And then for meal, it's got to be a classic old bangers and mash.
Yeah! Bang! Bang, there you go.
Are we going gravy or tomato sauce?
No, we're going fucking gravy.
Yeah! You heard it here! You heard it
Kyra Sunday! Need a freak this Sunday! Bangers and mash, Dad! Bangers and mash! In and out! Let's go! I'm coming now too. I'm so excited after this fucking that potty. I'm flying up on Sunday.
Yeah!
Everyone,
Yeah.
compose yourselves. We're working backwards. We are gonna now do our songs of the week.
Oh,
Hey.
mad
I'm
things.
sorry, we had to
mad
finish
things,
on a high.
mad things.
Songs of the week.
Since it's a little different,
Yeah.
should we go, Kyra? What would you like for your song
Yes.
of the week?
Yeah.
We'll go Kyra
Yeah.
first and then we'll go
Please.
to the age-old...
Please.
Alright, this has been my song of the week
You
for
have to play
probably the last month. Should I play it first and then describe it? Describe it
No,
now?
no,
Intro,
intro, intro.
Artist, give
When-
us the
when you
artist,
listen
give us
to
the
it-
name of the song.
Alright, it is
How does it
called
make you feel?
Yeah.
I Love Mole Grab and Effie. It's just fucking those synths into the build up just gives me life. In the morning, on my way to work,
It's
I
a morning
put it,
song.
Put it on repeat in the car, turn it up, and it gets me fired up for the day. Before a gig, chuck it on. Gets me pumped up.
Do you ever slip it into a set? Is it that?
I haven't yet, but I'm waiting for the moment.
Maybe this Sunday!
Or last Sunday?
I don't know. Where is it? What is that?
Yeah, I got it on here.
LUV?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I fucked it up.
Yeah, grammar.
I want some chicken chippies.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay,
okay.
take the bowl,
Yeah.
bro. Take the bowl. Do you want some fucking fruit pastels?
Slay.
Sour?
They're fucking grand. Jimmy special.
You got it, Timo? Joey?
Yeah, I got it, yeah. You should be fucking play this, mate.
Is that?
Yeah, bro.
Good for you, bro.
Go Joe.
Go, Joe. Go, Joe.
Here we go.
They got it, yeah.
If you put that too close to my phone, I'm gonna fucking shoot you.
2 or 3 out.
You alright, mate?
No, I just chucked on a pastel. Oh, is it Reezy?
Yeah. Smoke machine, baby, let's go.
This is it.
is where the money's at.
This is the euphoric moment.
Oh, yeah, well, you picture
This makes me want to be in the middle of a paddock.
I was wondering there.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then they carry it through.
Let's go. Alright.
So good.
Alright.
This is in your sound. This is in your sound.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a cracking tune.
Oh,
It's
it's all
a
one
good one.
word. Yeah, right. Alright, that's right. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's big.
Sorry,
Big vibes.
Fuck yeah, beautiful.
Big call.
Shout out
Big
Morgan
call.
and Effie.
Yeah. Timothy.
Boy, what you got for us
Oh,
this week?
you know, this is your favourite one of the week, motherfuckers.
The people's choice.
Are you ready?
Give me a description.
you go.
So this one's, I come across Lens,
Nice.
who's a female D&B artist. I
Killing
think
it.
I just come across her on Reels
She's
maybe about a
flipping to
year
Australia.
ago. Yeah, and I just fell in love with her as a person. She's beautiful, and she just has a really good personality, and speaks very well. And I think after her Does It Double on George FM Drive
She did
with
a killer
Brooke and
boiler
Sid.
room as well.
Yes.
Killer boiler room.
Killer Boiler Room.
Yeah.
I just was like, fuck, I absolutely love her. And then I came across this, I don't know if you pronounce it Lazy or LZ, who's this MC from the UK and rapper, and they collab together. And this
Would you say a collab in heaven?
collab in heaven, an absolute collab in heaven, Tong in heaven.
Even to normal heaven.
This is called After Party by Lens and LZ.
I want to see the Tongue spring roll come out.
I'll be spring rolling this fucking Sunday. Need to freak, baby.
Am I mixing this?
Man just stepped in the shops, I ain't leaving the rave till the night be done. And I'm seeing everything twice right now, got me thinking that maybe I might be drunk. I'm way too tongue, we're losing sun. She might look good, but she ain't no fun. He don't wanna jump on a mic with me, but he might just track, he might be dumb. He might just track, he might be an idiot.
We're gonna waste
Smoke like cigarette, he ain't got the flows or the rhymes or sibilants. Give me on a jump to the bass and spinning. And I can tell that it's not making sense. So let me go drop two few games to the camera. So I'm like, walk on after the rave. I'll show you I don't know how to behave. Come with your bestie, come with your mates. Come with a Hennessy, come with a Ray. I'm hella drunk and I'm in a state, but I ain't never seen a girl with your shape. You got a dump a chuck and it shakes. Put that dunk in my face. Ain't no doubt she's coming over. First we can bake on the sofa, then to the bed I'll be turning her over. I'm dumping the G so I ain't got to show her. And this girl
Nah, that's it. If you want to listen to more, head over to Spotify and go and see it.
Yeah.
Go and see it.
That was fucking big.
Love
It also worked
Big
perfectly.
vibes. Big
Yeah,
vibes.
man. I feel like I love hearing vocals over like D&B. Like I obviously love my female vocals over D&B, like Emily
100%.
Mackis and Kaylee and stuff
That
like
just
that.
works.
But it just works.
Like
and
a Tongan collab in heaven.
it's
But
just
it's also
beautiful.
like fundamental, man. MCs and drum and bass go back to the beginning. It was just like what it was.
Well, you
And
see
that just
it,
sounds like
so
just
good.
that just sounds like just the MC
100
hyping up the
freestyle,
crowd.
yeah.
But you see it with like Headaches. He always has X-Men with him, and then like Boo being in Miami with Ultra. He's still got his MC there, you know. Like it's
That was,
comedy.
I remember seeing the
So
Boo
good.
post saying bringing MCs to fucking Ultra because I don't know if there'd been an MC in Ultra.
And there's so many people now that I also sorry we're going off on a bit of a tangent here with it, but I also see like in comments that people don't understand the whole MC side of it because they don't see them performing the whole time. But it's a part of the culture, and I think that also shows like about if it's nice, play it twice.
Yeah.
With D&B, it's like people, 100% spin it back.
And play it one more time, please.
Exactly right.
Hey, one more time, please.
I'm going for the it's a Big Sean dance. Levity Justin J
Levity
remix.
go.
It is not
Levity
out yet, but
go.
fuck, I've watched this video too many times. One pinnacle of this of me is I feel like the bass wobs follow the fucking vocal line melody wise, and it is. Don't know if I've ever heard a remix where they follow the. I probably have, but like.
Oh
Yeah.
Joey.
Bold
Big
prediction.
Joey's with the big call.
Stop. Now make that motherfucker hammer time like go stupid, go stupid, go stupid.
Ready? Ready for it?
I'm saying wobble dee wop wobble wobble. I'm stacking my paper. My wallet look like a Bible. I got girlies half naked. That shit look like the grotto. How your waist anorexic and then your wax
Can
is
we
colossal
take
like
a moment for how fucking cool Levity sound is? Like,
bro,
Yeah.
it's
Levity got
it's
played
that
at Hermitage,
beautiful hybrid between glitch hop and
Oh.
trap or whatever you call it. But it's
poetry.
they've been making glitch as well. Like I reckon they might be.
Could this be a
resurgence?
new subgenre that they're creating? Because you also see Noisy Boy, who has been reached out by T-Pain, who loves. He's been throwing some wubby basses down.
Noisy Boy, the dude that's been sitting in his
Noisy
car
Boy
playing-
Da.
Yeah, with the black slick back hair.
Yeah.
Bro, he popped up on my algorithm and I've loved his videos ever since.
So
Yeah,
he's adapted to that like that wobble wobble sort of like bass line, and T-Pain reached out to him and said that he absolutely loves his style of music and has invited Noisy Boy over to the States to
wild,
come
bro.
and play a bit of and do a bit of production with him.
I still want to see Hermitude Levity collab.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Hermitude Levity, because ever since Hermitude play a couple of Levity songs at their
Yeah,
set at the beachy,
yeah.
I was like, that would be
That'd be a
fucking
dino
wild
collab. Yeah,
I
'cause
think that would be so
Boys,
cool.
Kira Sundays Festival 2024 summer, Levity and Hermitude. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, big wild, but I loving the waves Levity are making.
Yeah.
And Justin J, just a little quick comment. Justin J,
Yeah.
the Don, like plays all those house parties. Remember there was a video of Skrillex rocking up to one of them. Plays like every genre. I remember Justin J from like house music,
Yeah, true, bro.
and now he's doing killer shit. He's got shit with Levity, mad things.
Yeah.
Mad teams.
Fuck, mine feels a bit boring now.
So, Bill,
Yeah, what
Yeah.
you got, bruh?
nothing's boring in your
I
books. There's
have-
always a
Something fun.
A track called Overrated. It's by MPH.
Nice.
It's a
Say
little,
boring.
It's a little bit of like a broken beaty, sort of like fun, heavy, dirty little number.
He's making some waves at the moment as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Big waves.
Yeah. So this is called Overrated. I play it. Might have got in a little bit too early.
Oh, we can vibe.
I like it.
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
Forget friends, friends are overrated. Don't play to where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So bored, buddy.
Yeah,
He's doing a show soon.
oh shit.
Yeah, bro. Even what's not did a big post about it saying if you are in Australia, please don't check out this.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah, and that's a true
Sunday.
Put it in the set.
Yeah, but
in the set.
That reminds me a little bit of like the Sammy Vergie K-Motions track that's unreleased that they've been pumping at that. Did you ever see their back-to-back that they did? And
I saw the back-to-back, yeah.
So many journalists and so many music pages was
Frothing.
but had no idea that you'd have a K-Motions cross Sammy Vergie back-to-back, and it was
I
fucking
think
amazing.
Sammy Vergie's proven he can fucking work with anyone.
Oh, 100%.
He track with Chris Lake.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mad things.
Where
Oh, yeah.
big man team.
Thank you.
so
No, thank you.
Yeah.
In a wrap up.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a great night. We would like to, as a collective, thank you for your insight, and it's been a really interesting conversation. I feel like everyone's going to really enjoy your insight into the industry and how you've found your way into music. And here's to your festival at the end of the year.
Yeah. Keep your eyes
Yeah.
peeled.
Thank
Kids,
you.
it's a
Thank
festival.
you. Kyra
Thanks for coming
Sunday.
in.
AKA
Cheers.
Kyra Lee.
Yeah, been a pleasure. Thank you very
thank
much.
you, Kyra.
It's been a
Thanks for
beautiful
having
day in
me.
the music world.
It's been a fantastic day in the
Yeah.
music world.
Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
this Sunday, fucking get there.
All right. That's it.
What's up, motherfuckers? It's been another episode here. It's been a beautiful day in the music world. Thanks for listening to the Zig-Zag Chin-Wag with your boys, Bad Boy Bill, Joey Tuckshop, and Fob T. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel or listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Instagram at the Zig-Zag Chin-Wag. See you later, motherfuckers. Fuck on.